Hey guys, what's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Today I have planned on discussing some games I'm really looking forward to playing in 2026. I have games, modern games that are coming out in 2026, and I have a handful of games that are retro slash older gen games that aren't on current platforms, and I'm really excited to play both. Last year I really focused on playing games on the PS5 since last year I was really focusing on trophy hunting. That was something I had a goal for at the end of the year. I wanted to get as many platinum trophies as I could. So this year I really wanted to spread the field a little bit and play games that are on like modern platforms and retro platforms. So without further ado, let's get into it.
What is this?
I really enjoy playing the Resident Evil games. In 2024, I played through the Resident Evil 1 remake, the one that was kind of like on GameCube. I played it on PS5, but I've also played the Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, and I'm really excited to see where they go with this new story here. And now that they're bringing back Leon, and then the new character, Grace Ashcroft, she's like the FBI agent, I think there's a lot of interesting things that they can do with the story. And I also think it's cool that we're going back to Raccoon City. I loved Resident Evil 2, the original and the remake, and I think it's going to be great going back to Raccoon City, seeing it 30 years after what happened from Resident Evil 2 and 3. Since it's going to be 30 years in the future, I think it's going to be cool to see like what backstory and what lore they can show of Raccoon City and how much has changed after the aftermath. And it's kind of cool, the game's coming out so soon. It's coming out in February of 26, so it's really not long until we are able to play this game. I'm going to be picking this one up on PS5. I know it's coming out on Switch and Xbox, I'm guessing, but I mainly play on PlayStation for these third-party games, since that is, well, it's not the best place to play because PC is probably where you can get the best graphics and stuff like that, but I mainly play on PlayStation so I can get trophies, and it's a good compromise between like not playing on Switch. Pragmata is a game I haven't really heard much about it until last year, and it looks very interesting with this AI companion girl. She's like a little girl, but she's a computer, and it's kind of just an interesting like concept of like you're fighting these robots or whatever alien things, and then you have this little girl on your shoulder, and she kind of just like I don't know, I think the picture in the video where her hand, or in the picture of the game, her hand is like out like this, and she just looks so innocent. I think it's just hilarious, and it just makes the game seem very unique compared to a lot of games out on the market. I also like the mini game that she brings to it, since she's like an AI companion. She has this AI hacking mini game that I haven't really seen in any other games, and it's just fun seeing new creative ideas. I know there's a demo out, but I haven't played it yet, and I think the demo is only on PC, which I might try it out before the game comes out. But I'm like sold on it already. I kind of just want to go into it blind at this point and just play the game as is without knowing much more about it. I like the setting, especially with all this AI stuff that's going on in the world. It makes me feel like they're riffing off of what's going on in the real world. They're talking about what can happen in the future with all this AI stuff. It definitely has like a tilted idea on AI when you watch like the trailer. So that's a game I'm looking forward to picking up, and I'll be picking that one up on PS5. I'm looking forward to playing this game because I really enjoyed the HD 2D style of graphics. I've picked up games like Octopath Traveler and Octopath Traveler 2, and I know there's like Triangle Strategy, and then there's the HD 2D remakes of the Dragon Quest games. I do like playing those games, but I kind of want to play a game that's in like an action adventure style. This game really gives me Legend of Zelda Link to the Past vibes off the Super Nintendo. And I played through the demo, and I really enjoyed what I saw in the demo. I just really want to play it on PS5. The demo is only on Switch right now, and I think It looks great on the Switch 2, or it's actually the Switch 2, not Switch 1. I think it looks really good on the Switch 2, but I really want to see what it looks like on Switch, on PS5, because I really love the graphic style of the HD 2D, and it's going to be fun doing something more action-based. And it's really fast-moving, and I also like I said previously with Pragmata, was I like the mechanics. Like, you have like your character, which you do the normal swing the sword and stuff like that and run around, but then you have this fairy thing that you can control with the right stick. And I think that's going to be like the secret sauce of the game. It's like you can control your character and you can do like combo stuff with the fairy. You can fly really fast with the fairy. I think it's just a cool concept and something that I haven't really seen before in other games. And it's just an interesting mechanic. One thing I really didn't like after playing the demo is the fairy is kind of like always talking. It's kind of like that Sony thing with like God of War, where like Atreus or the head on Kratos' shoulder, on his hip, will always give you like tips and tricks, or tips or hints for like the puzzles you're trying to figure out a little too early, or they always have a one-liner after you like defeat an enemy or whatever. And I kind of just wish it didn't have that as much. Like, it's nice to have it here and there, but I feel like it's all the time. So hopefully there is a setting in the game to turn that off, or at least dial it back a little bit. But yeah, I'll be picking up this game on PS5, and then yeah, we'll be on to the next game.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
This game, it's just so interesting that to see a Halo game on a PlayStation platform, you would think you would never ever see it in a million years. This must have felt like when Sonic showed up on Nintendo consoles. But with that being said, I really am excited to play Halo again. I haven't really played Halo since, like, seriously, since Xbox 360, since Halo 3 and Reach a little bit. But I tried out Halo Infinite on PC a little bit, and it was alright. I played it for like a week or two. But that game, since it had like the troubled development, you can just tell the game wasn't ready when it came out, and then the support wasn't there after it came out. It just sucks that Halo has been kind of treated this way, and hopefully with this coming to PlayStation, it'll bring more fans to play it, and then it'll just be a good experience overall. I know it's only the campaign, which kind of sucks, is that it would be nice to play some multiplayer on a PlayStation platform, but maybe down the line they'll have a PlayStation, or like just a multiplayer app that is crossplay between everything. I think that would be a great addition. But I am really looking forward to playing Halo Campaign Evolved. It's so hard to say that. So used to saying Combat Evolved. But yeah, on to the next game.
Oh, you're here, and I will find you.
I've never played Returnal, and I also am not the biggest fan of roguelike style games. I think I mentioned that in my previous video about the equation in games, but I feel like when I play roguelike style of games, there's a lot of play sessions where you have great experiences. You have where you get, say there's like 10 bosses and you get to like boss 7, you're like, oh wow, I felt unstoppable, and then you die and then you have to start back over again. And then your next run, you only make it to like boss 2 and it was like a struggle. So I feel like there's a lot of times each run is unique, which is great, but each run is not created equal. And sometimes, like, if you go to work or you have things to do all day, you just want to sit down and like feel like you're having fun or progressing in a game, and then you get like 4 bad runs in a row. It feels like you're really not progressing, and it can not be fun sometimes. But lately I've been trying to play more games that I'm not really familiar with, or like game styles that I'm not really familiar with, or game styles that are like not newer, but like stuff that I'm just not used to playing. Just to widen my horizons on type of games. So I think I'm going to end up picking up this one. The setting looks really cool. I really like this like sci-fi hell looking thing. I don't really know if I think it is related to Returnal, but I don't know if you need to play Returnal before this. But if I do, and if you guys have, let me know in the comments if I have to play Returnal first. I'm guessing if I do like Saros, I will end up picking up Returnal. And watching the gameplay trailer, it just seems like a real video game. Like, you're dodging, running and like shooting. It's very fast paced. I really like these fast twitch type games when I do play them. So I am excited to get into this and see how it plays. I just hope that the roguelike elements aren't discouraging if you don't get a good run, or if you do get a bad run, you still get something out of it to make it seem like you're progressing story wise. I'm really excited for GTA 6. I haven't really played GTA 5 and probably since it released on PS4 originally. And mainly when I play GTAs, I just want to play the story and get immersed in the world. So GTA Online really wasn't for me. So I really haven't played in such a long time that I'm just ready to get back into a Rockstar style game. I love the radio stations. I love the crazy NPCs you see. And I also I liked in GTA 5 when you had the three characters, right? And you can switch between the three. I kind of like that they boiled it down to just two characters, and they're like very intertwined. They're in a relationship. So like a Bonnie and Clyde thing. That's kind of what the news reports are saying, what's going on with the story. So I feel like since it's boiled down to just two characters, you're gonna get closer with the two of them. And then also it's been so long since we've had a GTA, so they're probably gonna add so many new gameplay features, like new weapons, new cars. And it's also set in Vice City, so that's going to be fun. And I just feel like Rockstar is really taking their time with this game, and it's probably going to show whenever it does eventually come out. But I really do hope that it comes out in 2026, because waiting till 2027 is going to be crazy. I mean, GTA 5 came out in 2013, so I mean, we're creeping up on almost like 15 years since the last game, and it's time for a new one. I know we had Red Dead in like 2019, but Red Dead's great. I love Red Dead. I've played through Red Dead 2 twice, but I really want to play through a GTA, especially in the modern day. Like, it's been so long. Like, we've had the internet, or not the internet, but like smartphones for a little bit longer, and like kind of the way how the world is right now. It's going to be interesting because they always add their own input on what's going on in the world. And I don't know, just the trailers look so crazy with like the social media stuff. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to GTA 6, and I'll be picking that one up on PS5 also. Okay, and now we're on to our retro games, or games that aren't coming out this year that I'm looking forward to play in 2026. The first game on my list is Castlevania Bloodlines. This is the Castlevania that is on the Sega Genesis. I've only played two of the Castlevanias, the 8-bit ones. I've only played Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3, because 2 is kind of crazy with the day-night cycle, but I really enjoy playing these 2D action games, and I feel like Castlevania is one of those series that I'm kind of lacking in, where I don't know everything about it. Like, I still haven't played Symphony of the Night. I haven't played the one that was on TurboGrafx. I forgot the name of that one, but I haven't played those games, so I really want to play more of them. And also, since last year I played a lot of modern games on my PS5, like I mentioned earlier, I really want to play a lot more games on the CRT here and get more familiar with them that way. And I do like that Castlevania Bloodlines has two characters, so I think I'm going to play through it twice. I'm going to play through it with each character so I can get a feel for how the game plays and how it runs. I do have the Castlevania collection, so I might bounce back and forth between the CRT version or the Genesis version and the collection version, but I mainly want to beat it on Genesis because I feel like the games look so much better on a CRT, so I really want to see what those effects look like. The next game we'll be talking about is Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a game that I've been really wanting to play for years, but it's just a game that I haven't really like pulled the trigger on playing it. I always feel like it's going to take too much effort or too much time to get into. A little history on Dark Souls is I don't really know much about it at all, but I did play Bloodborne when it was, I think it was a free game on PS Plus 1 month, like way back. So I played through that. I played about, I would say maybe, well, hours don't really I mean, I guess hours do matter in Dark Souls or Bloodborne or whatever, but I think I played maybe like 15 hours, but I don't think I really got that far. I kept getting stuck and kept dying over and over again in the same areas or the same boss. I don't even remember who I was facing. It was so long ago. I played it when I was in college, and it just took too much time, like of my time, to keep playing it and keep getting better, and I guess like honing your craft or making your character stronger. But one thing that was interesting about when I was playing Bloodborne is I really enjoyed the story and the world and the atmosphere. So I would catch myself when I would ride the train to school or whatever, I would be watching like Bloodborne lore videos and stuff like that. And then when I got home, I just didn't have the energy to actually play it after class or after doing whatever I was doing in school. So now that I do have a little bit more free time and I'm a little more open, I do want to start playing these Dark Souls games because I hear so many great things about. Well, I hear good and bad things about them because they're so difficult or whatever. But I really do want to play it, and I do want to. That is a goal of mine this year, is to play more games that I'm not used to playing. So Dark Souls is one of those games, and honestly, I started playing the game like the first week of this year, and I really enjoy it so far. I know I'm really early on, but the mechanics do feel solid, and there are some times where you die in a cheap way or the camera's not looking where you wanted it or wasn't locking on to the characters or the enemies that you're looking at. But I feel like once you learn the mechanics, you won't really feel like you're getting like cheap shotted all the time. It's really about learning the mechanics and learning the enemies that you're facing. And I think that's going to be something that is going to be kind of enjoyable. It is going to be a difficult challenge to beat this year, but I feel like I should be able to do it no problem. I've beaten a lot of hard games in the past, so this is another game that I'm really looking forward to playing and beating in 2026. And I'll be playing it on PS4 or PS5 through back compat, and that's what I'll be playing. Is Mega Man Legends. I have it running here on my PS2, and I really want to play Mega Man Legends because I got into Mega Man, I'd say about 2 or 3 years ago. I really got into Mega Man X. I picked up Mega Man X in the Super Nintendo and I blasted through it, and I'm like, wow, this game is so much fun, and like the movement and stuff like that, it was great, and I love the music. So after that, I played through Mega Man X1, then I moved on to Mega Man X4 through 6. Those are the ones on PlayStation 1. And then I picked up Mega Man 8, which I know Mega Man 8 has its hate, but I actually really enjoy Mega Man 8. I really enjoyed the graphics. It has that 32-bit graphics that you just really can't get anymore, and I know it has like a lot of gripes with the mechanics and stuff in the game, but I really enjoyed it. So Mega Man Legends is cool because it's a 3D Mega Man, and I think the graphics for it it's like so PS1, it's amazing. Like, it looks so good on a CRT, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. And I have played the intro level of it, but obviously haven't beaten the game, so I really want to play through the whole game and see what it has to offer. And I know there's a Mega Man Legends 2, and I guess Adventure of Tron-Bonne or something like that is the third one, but this year my goal is to get through Mega Man Legends 1. And yeah, on to the next game.
Vaughn, wait! What is it?
I'm going to take back what's ours.
Well, Final Fantasy 12 is a game that I haven't really heard much about, but I do see, I was looking through Final Fantasy scores on like Metacritic and stuff like that, and it has a really high score on Metacritic, so I was like, why not give this game a try? I got really into the Final Fantasy games during 2020. I started with Final Fantasy 7, then I moved on to 9, 10, and I started 6 on the Super Nintendo, but I never actually finished it. And then I played 16, and then last year I played 13 and Final Fantasy 1. So last year I was playing more games that weren't like the big ones for Final Fantasy. So now I'm kind of, since I've played all the really big ones, now I'm trying to play the games that aren't as well known or people talk about much, just to see if like why they're not talked about as much. Because a game like Final Fantasy 12 still has great reviews, but it seems like I don't really hear much about it online. But I have looked into the battle system a little bit, and it looks cool that you just like, it's not like, it is turn-based, but it's like, it's kind of like commands where you just like set it and forget it type thing. So I'm really interested to see how the mechanics work with Final Fantasy 12. I also really like the graphic style, and I like that it's very fantasy, where it's like, I don't know, it's just the art style has that older Final Fantasy look to it. So I'm really interested into playing it, and I'll be playing the PS4 version on my PS5. This is a game that I have, or a game series that I really haven't heard much about or seen much about. When I was playing games a lot on the PS3, I was playing a lot of like Call of Duties and Assassin's Creeds and like Maddens and stuff like that. So I really wasn't playing a lot of Sony first party games. Like I played like Last of Us and stuff like that, but a lot of these games I didn't really play much of, and I know Resistance is from Insomniac, so I feel like I'm really missing out on this game. And I also kind of want to see what first person shooter games are like on the PS3 that aren't a Call of Duty or a Battlefield. I think it'll be a good learning experience to see how these games were designed and how they run and stuff like that on the PS3. So I'm really looking forward to playing this one. And I I don't know, I just think it'll be fun to play on the PS3 on real hardware, because I know the PS3 can sometimes chug on certain games and some games can feel a little weird. So it'll be fun going back and playing this. And like I mentioned earlier, is I kind of avoided playing a lot of older games last year because I was trophy hunting. So this game will give me the ability to just play a game for the fun of it and not always be searching for a trophy. I've never played this game, so same thing with like I mentioned earlier with Final Fantasy. I really didn't really get into Legend of Zelda games until 2020. So the first Legend of Zelda game that I actually ended up playing was Breath of the Wild, and then after I played through Breath of the Wild, I'm like, wow, I really want to play the older ones. So I went ahead and I played Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then I played Link to the Past. So those are the main Zelda games that I've played. Oh, and then I've also played Tears of the Kingdom after it came out on the Switch 1. So since recently, I haven't really played a Zelda game, like an old style Zelda game, in a while, since Tears of the Kingdom. So I kind of want to play this game and kind of compare it to the newer style of Zelda games and see which ones do I like more or like less. Or sometimes you don't even have to like things more or less. It's just comparing them and seeing, oh, what are the differences here, and which ones do you enjoy playing more, I guess. And with Wind Waker, I really enjoy the art style, the cell shaded art style and cartoon art style. I think it held up well compared to some other games from that generation. Like realistic games can look kind of rough in today's modern age on modern TVs. So I'm really looking forward to playing Wind Waker. I know there's a lot of just sailing around on the water, but hopefully it's a game that I can just unwind playing and just relax playing instead of being so stressed out on playing some other games. And I'll be playing this one on the GameCube, and I will let you guys know what I think of it after I'm done playing it. My main goal this year is to play a lot of games that are modern and retro. So last year I beat around 26-ish games, and they're all mainly on like modern platforms like the PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 and PC. So this year I really want to spread the field and play more games. And then also I want to play new games to me that I haven't played before. Like I'm playing more Castlevania and I'm playing more Zelda games that I kind of missed out on when I was younger. And then also I'm playing games like, I really want to play Sorrows, because I want to play newer style games to me. Because the first time I played Final Fantasy 7, I'm like, wow, I've never played a game like this. I kind of want to be completely lost when I play a new game. Like you get to learn new controls or learn the story structure. I want to have that feeling again. So I feel like playing new game genres makes you have to, I guess, be a new gamer again. You have to like learn the basics of that style of game. So that's my main goal this year, is to play games new to me. And with that, see you guys in the next video. Leave a like and let me know in the comments what you guys will be playing in 2026. Bye for now.